Hey everybody, today we're talking about Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Book 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. My name is Brent, and today we're talking about Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Volume 1 of 1, because they never did a second one. This is a couple years old. I found this at an Ollie's, which is a discount store. It got $7.99, I believe. And it's basically a quick collection of the Emerald Dawn and Emerald Dawn 2. So it's 12 issues in here. This might as well be called like Hal Jordan Year 1, because it's in a late 80s, early 90s retelling by Keith Giffen, Gerard Jones, Jim Owsley, who is Christopher Priest at this time, M.D. Bright, doing the origin of Hal Jordan, Emerald Dawn. That's what this is. How he got the ring, the updated origin. So this is basically what Hal's origin was before Jeff Johns rewrote it in the Secret Origin trade paperback for that Green Lantern run. But this is what it was before, the mid-2000s and things like that. The art's pretty good. I like the story. I had fun reading it. There's some powers in here that I didn't know Green Lantern had or didn't have, such as the intangibility power he uses quite frequently. Like the main thrust of this book is that Hal gets himself into trouble with some drunk driving, and he's in prison or in a jail cell, and then the ring will come and take him out of there instantly, teleportation, or he'll pop up through the floor like Vision, in the Marvel Universe, and be intangible, or Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde, and it's like, that's not a Green Lantern power. What the hell is that? So there's some weird stuff there. There's a lot of times where, like the second book, he's in prison for drunk driving, and he's leaving like a shell of himself under the covers in his bed as he sneaks out to be Green Lantern and go train. And it's like, nobody's going to notice the glowing green Hal Jordan in the bunk next door, much less his roommate. So there's a lot of weird stuff like that, but it's definitely like late 80s, early 90s kind of storytelling where it's like, it's fun, it's comic books, go for it. So yeah, I think as fun as it is, it moves pretty quickly, and it doesn't do like what Jeff Johns did, is he probably read these and he was like, what are everything missing from here? And that's what he explored in Secret Origin. So if you're looking at, what's a better Hal Jordan origin, this or Secret Origin, honestly, it might be that. Emerald Dawn 2 is most of Hal interacting with Sinestro, meeting Sinestro for the first time. Like Sinestro does make a quick appearance in Emerald Dawn 1, but not as an introduction to Hal. Like they don't really meet. You just kind of see this purple guy in the background. But in Emerald Dawn 2, he is training Hal nightly while Hal is in prison for this drunk driving thing. And Hal is slowly finding out that, Sinestro on this page is a suppressor. He's a dictator on his own planet. And they do kind of face the consequences of that towards the end. So that's kind of the main thrust of Emerald Dawn 2, is like meeting Sinestro, finding out that he's actually a dictator. The Guardians don't like it. Sinestro getting some quick consequences at the end, but no major fallout in terms of Hal, because he just goes back to Earth. So yeah, I think if you find this for a decent price, if you find this for cheap, like the retail price on this is $30 from a couple of years ago. If you find this for, I would say 10 or under somewhere online in a thrift store or used books or hell in Ollie's if they're still there, I would pick it up. I think it was fun. Seeing that retro Hal Jordan and what he was before they turned him bad, before he got the gray hair and all that stuff. This all, I believe Emerald Dawn came out before they relaunched the Green Lantern series, like with the new number 1 that eventually in number 50, Kyle Rayner was introduced. There's a little like afterward in the back where they kind of explain that Emerald Dawn and Emerald Dawn 2 kind of launched that new era of Green Lantern, and then it was after that they started the new series. So, I think it's fun. It's kind of retro. It's cool. It's on matte paper, which makes sense for that time period, and it looks pretty good. M.D. Bright is an artist I've never actually read any of his stuff before, but, I got to say, he's very Neil Adams-y in that sense, and I dig it. I liked everything in here. So overall, no complaints. It's not super serious, but it is super fun. So I could recommend this for a decent price, for $10 or less. I'd say find this for sure. If you really love Hal Jordan, I guess go and get it no matter what. But it's kind of a shame that there's nothing else collected out of this. But I guess in the overall Hal, Green Lantern super stories, like it's Emerald Dawn and then jumps right to Emerald Twilight. So the missing 48 issues after this, before Emerald Twilight, where he goes nuts, I guess really don't matter, and that's why they're not really trying to collect them. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there's anything good in that first 48 issues there before we get Kyle Rayner. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Green Lantern Hal Jordan Volume 1. They'll never do a Volume 2. Maybe they'll do a compendium. Who knows? That Kyle Rayner one has to sell well, obviously. So go check that out if you haven't read that yet. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me see you down in the comments below of what you thought of Hal Jordan, Emerald Twilight, or Emerald Dawn 1 and 2. It's too many emeralds. And I will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.